Hello, Fredericksburg. This is Mary Katherine Greenlaw, your mayor, speaking to you today from my front stoop. Thank you, community, for doing such a great job, doing your part to flatten the curve. While our numbers are still increasing, things are looking better here in the city, and you are doing it by wearing your mask and maintaining your social distance and staying at home when you can. But sadly, it is now time for the city to take aggressive action to address the pending financial crisis. It is with very heavy hearts that we place approximately 40 of our fellow and dedicated city employees on furlough status as of May 2nd through July 31st. Approximately 3/4 of these are permanent part-time employees, and the remainder are permanent full-time employees. These furloughed employees will be eligible for all unemployment benefits, including the additional benefits offered by the federal government recently. And the city will continue to pay the premiums for their medical insurance, medical, dental, and eye. We are also having to begin a salary reduction. All salaries under $70,000 annually will take a 2% reduction, and all above that will take a 3% reduction. This will take effect at the same time as the furloughs, so that the first paycheck that any employee will see a reduction will occur on May 2nd. This represents only a small amount of the reductions, painful reductions, that we are having to make. More cuts in this current year's budget will include a freeze on hiring, retracting some spending planned for the library and the schools, the Buffett Pool at Dixon Park and other parks, and many planned small capital projects. These are indeed drastic actions, but taking them now will help us to be able to recover more quickly and more fully when the economy improves. I must congratulate, and I must also thank and be sympathetic with our managers and our department heads who have had to make such very hard decisions. As one said, yesterday was the worst day of his life. It will not continue to be so. We are pulling back, we are regrouping on our budget, and when this recovers, we will move forward in a position of strength, able to fully restore, able to continue the work that we are doing. And even now, we are continuing to work on our school capacity issues, which we know we will face in the fall when the schools open up again, and we're counting on that. We're now small area plans, protecting our historic resources, maintaining the highest public safety service quality that we can, and addressing important environmental priorities. Our work is slower, but it has not stopped, and it will recover. It will come back, Fredericksburg strong. I want to thank my young friend Kai Bautista for making this sign for me. And I don't know who to thank for coming up with this wonderful logo, but thank you everybody, Ed Whalen over at Silk Mill and folks that I see with this sign on their vehicles and at their businesses. And thank you downtown businesses for all the encouraging signs that you are putting up. And I see a beautiful fence being painted at, I think it's Art for Kids, on George Street. So many people doing so many things. Businesses who are under enormous stress themselves, reaching out to offer free food to seniors and to our healthcare providers and our remarkable healthcare system that got in early and got prepared and is managing very well to keep us safe for all medical emergencies. Thank you, Fredericksburg. Keep it going. Keep strong. Wear your mask. Thank you, my friend. I felt a neighbor who made me a mask, and a young Mercer student, Patricia Bolin, who brought me a mask yesterday. Most of all, stay safe, take care of yourself, and look out for your neighbors.
Good afternoon, Mike Jones, Fire Chief, City of Fredericksburg. Let's talk about some things the City of Fredericksburg is doing related to the COVID-19 crisis. First, the statistics. As of today, there are 676,000 people who have been diagnosed with COVID-19 in the United States, and 34,000 people have died from the particular disease. In Virginia, we've tested almost 50,000 people. By tomorrow, we'll have 50,000 people tested in the Commonwealth, and we'll have over 7,500 positive cases. 1,221 of those have been hospitalized at some point, and unfortunately, 231 Virginians have died from the effects of COVID-19. In the local health district, we're now up to 241 cases, only had 15 case increase yesterday, so that's good. We're down a little bit there. 128 cases in Stafford, 69 in Spotsylvania. King George held tight with 18, so did the city at 15. We're still at only 15 cases, and Carolina's at 11. The average rate of positive cases versus number of people tested ranges anywhere from 12% in the health district to about 15 to 16% statewide. So hospitalizations in the health district this morning were at 68, although that number tends to fluctuate from day to day. Let's talk about the statistics and the fact that oftentimes when I come before you, they present a gloomy picture, but let's talk about some positive things, and let's put that positive spin onto it. Did you know that over 56,000 Americans have recovered from the effects of COVID-19? So we have over 56,000 people that are getting well after having suffered from COVID-19. And that's over 22,000 more people than have actually perished from COVID-19. So the chances of you surviving a COVID-19 diagnosis are much greater than if you pass away from it. COVID-19 is not automatically a death sentence. Don't think that's the case. We can treat the symptoms and processes of the disease, and with every type of disease, some people unfortunately pass away, such as heart disease or strokes or things like that. But well over 80% of the folks who contract COVID-19 have very mild symptoms. And remember, we even have a segment of society that is asymptomatic, which means they have no symptoms at all, and eventually they'll recover and develop antibodies from the disease itself. So it's not all bad news. We have good news, and we want to try to let you know that things can be okay with COVID-19. You can recover from it. You can go on with a normal life. It's not a death sentence by any stretch.